Hey guys, how's everyone doing this week? I have another travel video for you guys today. I'm doing my travel video today on New Mexico. I just got back from New Mexico. I went there for MLK weekend, Martin Luther King Day weekend. So I had a 3-day weekend in America here. So I decided, me and one of my friends, we were gonna go there for 3 days, almost 4 days, and yeah, so this was my adventure. So I have my notes, guys. On the first day that we got there, we landed at around 10 a.m. We took like a 6 a.m. flight from New York. We had a layover in Chicago, and then with the time difference and everything, we landed around 10:30. The first thing that we did was we actually went and got food at the 66 Diner. It's a famous diner that has a lot of street signs and a lot of like old time 50s and 60s signs with the that are made out of the tin, and that was really interesting. They have a whole wall of it you can take pictures in front of. I will leave my pictures somewhere here somewhere. So me and my friend had taken pictures there, and then I drove to Old Town Albuquerque. That's where we landed into. We landed in through Albuquerque, Santa Fe. And we walked around the Old Town, which is just basically an outdoor shopping center where you can go and look at different jewelry and ceramics, and they're very known for their chilies, which I personally enjoyed. So we went there, and then after that we checked into our hotel. We checked into a hotel that was near the downtown area, which was really super convenient. Then we didn't really know what else to do because it was both of our first times in New Mexico. So we wound up going and driving an hour and a little bit to Santa Fe, which is the neighboring town to Albuquerque. And when we went there, we went to this art exhibit. It was called Meow Wolf. I'm going to leave a link down for below. All the links of everything that I talk about today are going to be listed down below. So after we went to Meow Wolf, which was an interactive art exhibit, and they had food trucks outside, they had sculptures outside. Inside, it was very interactive. You could go down slides, you can play games, things like that, which was very, very interesting. And then after that, we found this local cantina and went and had dinner. I don't remember what the name of it was, unfortunately. If I do remember, I'll have to text my friend, and I'll leave it down below as well if I can find it, if they have a website. Okay, and then we had an early night because the next day we had to be up at 5:30 a.m. for the main reason why we went to New Mexico. We went and rode in a hot air balloon, and it was a lot of fun. It felt very, very safe. I did not feel like I was in danger at all at any given point of the entire time. It was truly a wonderful experience, and I'm very, very happy that we went and did that down in New Mexico. So I'm going to leave some clips here. Then after that, since we were up early, we finished around, I would say 9:30, 10 o'clock. We stopped for breakfast really quickly, somewhere really fast, and then we went to a place called Rebel Donuts. I highly recommend Rebel Donuts. It was wonderful. It tastes amazing. We got donuts for the road because we actually drove to the White Sands National Park. I believe that down below. And what happened was White Sands is actually 3.5 hours away from Albuquerque, so it was a very, very long drive. However, I do think that it is worth it, especially for the day trip. Definitely recommend you go. I would 100% go again. My friend said that she would go again. We had a blast doing that. You can go and sled down the white sand beaches. Well, it's not really a beach. There's no water there, but the white sand dunes, sorry. And you can rent sleds there. You don't have to bring your own sled. Definitely something to try out, especially if you have little kids. Or, I saw a lot of people just taking pictures for their social media content. It was definitely something for everybody. It wasn't that expensive. I believe it was $5 to get into the national park itself. And if you wanted to rent a sled, you could get one for, I believe it was $20, but then they give you money back for when you are ready to return it. Yeah, so that was very, very interesting. We were calling it our adrenaline day because it was really, truly adrenaline centric. And then we had drove back, and that was the end of day 2. Now day 3 we kind of refer to as our fail day, and I will explain that in a second once we get to it. So the first thing we did was we went to a Frontier restaurant, which I highly recommend. It was very inexpensive. It was very good. I think my entire breakfast was like $9 or something like that. And believe me, it took us a long time to be hungry again. That's for sure. Then we went to this place called Pie Town, and here's where the fail comes in. So coming from New York, a lot of things are different in other parts of the United States and other countries and things like that. One of them being things being closed on Sundays. Things being closed on Sundays. So we drove 2.5 hours to Pie Town, and all of the places were closed. Now, Pie Town sparked our interest because of the fact that they are known for having only 63 people in their town who live there all year round, which is an unheard of amount of people, for me anyway, as someone who comes from a very large city. And then they also just got their name just for the fact that they were selling pies on the side of the road, which I think is crazy. I think that's so interesting. But unfortunately, they were all closed, so we had to drive 2.5 hours back with nothing to show for it. However, we had heard from a couple people that were on our hot air balloon about this place called Sandia Peaks. Now, I had seen it when I was researching New Mexico, but I was like, this doesn't really seem too exciting, to say the least. I don't really know how else you would explain it, but it was very interesting. So what happens is you go up in a Skytram, and apparently it is taller than the Empire State Building, which sparked our interest. We wound up going at sunset because of the fact that we had accidentally gone to Pie Town on a Sunday and nothing was open, so that's when we got there. We got there just as sunset happened. It was $25 to go up in the tram, which was awesome, and honestly, the sunset alone was worth the $25. It was so beautiful. I loved it so much. Me and my friend both agreed that if you are going to go to Sandia Peaks, I strongly suggest you go at either sunrise or sunset, depending on if they are doing the trams at sunrise, because sometimes they do, but at sunset for sure. I think it's pretty during the day, but I think it's definitely worth the money if you're doing it at night. Now, after that, I found 2 hot dog places that we went to. One was called Urban Hot Dog, sorry. An Urban Hot Dog is this trendy little hot dog place that you can get like specialty hot dogs. Very, very good. I personally enjoyed it. It was wonderful. And then the other place was Doghouse. Now, Doghouse apparently was on Breaking Bad. I have never watched Breaking Bad. I know some people are going to come for me because I've never seen Breaking Bad. I get it. But I've never got really into it, so unfortunately I can't say, oh my god, it was on Breaking Bad. No, I'm not one of those people. However, the hot dog was really awesome. It's very inexpensive. It does look relatively sketchy on the outside, I'm not gonna lie. And a lot of the time we were reading up on Albuquerque, there were some like not so nice neighborhoods that they said to avoid. And unfortunately, not being from there, you can't really tell where the markers are, so we didn't really know what to look out for. But at the same time, we were both very, very, very safe. There was not one time that we felt unsafe while being there. So if that gives you some information on it, these are the places I went to, and I recommend to you that I felt relatively safe, and nowhere did I feel uncomfortable in any way. Okay, so on our last day unfortunately, we had a flight at 1 o'clock in the afternoon because we had layovers in Houston and everywhere. It was just a hot mess. But we went to this place called La Wafaria, which I strongly recommend. It has something for everyone there. They have like 8 different kinds of waffles that you can make. A lot of it is make your own, but they do have pre-made ones. I did a create your own, but my friend did not do a create your own. She did one that was pre-made already. So I recommend going there. It's this little place, so I suggest getting there early because it's by the College of New Mexico. So, University of New Mexico. So you kind of want to get there before all the college kids wake up. That's my personal thing, because once we got there was no one there. But as we were leaving, there was a line out the door. And it's not a very large place. It maybe has 10 tables in it, I would say, give or take, from what I saw. So definitely be on the lookout for that if you want to go there. Okay? And that is my New Mexico trip. If you have any questions, leave them down below. And I hope to see you in my next video. Bye, guys.